Hi soap fans, it's Allie and today I am making Neil. This is a 1 pound batch of my Young and the Restless inspired soap. The fragrance is super fresh. I love it. It's very aquatic. It's going to smell amazing and I'm going to play around with some colors. I'm going to do a little mixing to get an indigo blue, and I'm going to add some titanium dioxide to get a nice bright white. I think that the finished design is going to look really nice and match the fragrance very, very well. So let's get started.
Neil is going to be a 2-color soap, so I'm separating my soap batter into 2 different containers. To mix the first color, which is indigo, I'm using ultramarine blue and ultramarine violet, just starting out with equal parts of each and then blending in by hand until I get the hue where I want it. For the white color, I'm adding a few tablespoons of titanium dioxide. I think the contrast is going to make these two look really sharp next to each other. My fragrance oil is an Aqua di Gio type. It shouldn't discolor the soap at all, but I'm adding a little less to the white just in case. I'm really trying to achieve a stark white to get the maximum amount of color contrast between these two, so I don't want to take any chances. Now I'm going to alternate the indigo and the white batter as I layer it into the mold. As usual, I'm working without a map here. The only important thing to me is that the 2 colors don't mix. I've saved some white soap to dabble on top, and now I'm just taking my trusty chopstick to create kind of a swirly pattern on top. Again, I don't want to mix it up too much. The key with this soap concept is contrast. Okay, Neil is looking sharp, so time to let him rest and I will check back on him in the morning. Just look at this handsome soap. I think the swirl pattern turned out so interesting, but I do have some cleanup to do. I do this with all of my soaps, but today is such a happy day sitting in the sunlight, I thought you'd like to see. I'm using my dedicated vegetable peeler to gently shave away any of the unevenness on the sides. I do clean up the bars individually after they're cut, but doing this in one fell swoop saves some time. Plus, I genuinely enjoy it. Any excuse to fiddle with the soap makes me happy. See how much better it looks after Neil's had his shave? And now that I think of it, the fragrance does have kind of an aftershave aroma. I am on pins and needles to cut this soap. It has been a total of 4 days, which is a lot longer than usual. Ugh, yes, and just looking at even the sides of the loaf, I can tell that this entire design is going to look awesome. So cool. I think cool is the right word too. This design does match the fragrance. It is cool and clean and crisp. The contrast turned out really nicely too. The light and the dark really speaks to the different sides of Neil's personality. We've got his stuffed shirt corporate side versus his nightclub owning, jazz loving, indigo side. Kind of a tiger stripe effect. I love seeing these designs in mirror form on either side of the cut. Some of these almost look to me like landscape paintings, like a crisp, clear ocean sky. If you're interested in hearing more about the inspiration behind this Neil soap, you should check out the Essence of Neil video that's also available here on the Genoa City Soap channel. And of course you can see Ashley's soap sitting there in the background too. I made her at the same time. That video is available here too if you want to see it. I think both of these turned out really, really well. I hope that you guys love it as much as I do, and that you leave a comment for me, and of course that you subscribe to see more Genoa City Soap.